All right. Good evening, everybody. How are you? How is everybody out there in Facebook land? Um, it is. What was my name last night on TikTok? Where was my name? No, the guy called. You were Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
When she met Jennifer Hudson. Oh, I was Anita. Was I Anita Baker or Holly Berry? Was I Holly Berry? All right. No, Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton.
I was Tony Braxton. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. And if y'all want to come on StreamYard, you'll be more than welcome to do so after we get down to the business. Okay. So last night, you know what? I don't know if I want to mix them. I think I want to just talk about this, and then I'll have another time where I talk about whatever else I need to talk about, because I don't want to get that all like confused and all of the things. But I want to address something that came to my knowledge yesterday. I gotta get closer. So I wanted to address something that came to my knowledge yesterday, that when I woke up today, I was really, 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 I was really disappointed. I was really, really, really disappointed. A part of me was sad. A part of me was hurt. A part of me felt anger. And I wouldn't even say betrayed, Carmen, because I don't know that individual to feel a sense of betrayal. But what I do know is that I was highly disappointed in things that were being said. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in consistently being a positive person, being an honest person, and doing what is right. It's very hurtful when people put slanderous information out there in the atmosphere. And so I just want to address that.
Someone says they don't hear.
You may need to go out and come back in.
Can everybody else hear?
Nobody's saying that they can't.
Margaret Boland, I do not hear anything.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying go out and come back in.
No, they said for Margaret to go out and come back in. So I'm not sure if a lot of you are aware, but yesterday all week since Tuesday, I have been volunteering my time ever since Tuesday. I have been ripping and running. I've literally gotten 5 hours of sleep every day for the last 3 to 4 days. And yet I still am present and I still do the work that I said I was going to do. So it was really disheartening for me to read.
It's the onions.
It's the onions.
That
Yeah.
are making your allergies.
It's the onion. So why are you putting the onion next to me?
I'm just letting people know.
But it was really disheartening to read the things that I read. I felt like I was doing a good deed yesterday. One of my girlfriends told me about an organization that was doing a toy drive, and she felt like it was a good idea for me to get involved with that, even though I have my own organization. So I have her here tonight on the live, as well as Dr. Lisa, who has been helping my foundation do the footwork for the things that we were doing. So yesterday when I went live, I was at the venue, and for safety's sake, because I was in real time, I could not and would not mention the organization that I was volunteering at. So it has nothing to do, everybody knows that that was not my foundation. That was not anything. And as I stated when I got on my live yesterday, was that I was dropping off toys. I was dropping off toys. And then we were asked if we would be volunteering. And we were not only asked once, we were asked twice. Now I'm looking at these comments, right? And so you all know that I do not, nor does Carmen, announce anything or anywhere that we are at in real time. We will tell people later. So later, I actually was on live and I did tell people who the foundation was about. And I even had it titled on my page when I was on TikTok. So there's nothing for me to hide, but for my own personal safety, I am going to do exactly what I'm going to do. And so that was it. I never made it be that it was.
The woman in charge said they didn't ask you to volunteer. And Tay and Silky Smooth is sitting right here.
We'll get there.
We'll address that. And now as far as me going live, I had been there for several hours before I went live or before I did anything. And I asked, there were several people that were on live, not just me, but there were several people that were on live and several people that were taking pictures for a while. I had been there since 8 o'clock. By the time I went live, I had already been there for over an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, 3. I don't even know. So again, I asked some random person, because I don't know who those people are. I asked some random people who were on live if it was okay to be on live. And I was told yes. And that was that. I was told yes.
Well, the thing is about being live is that after leaving the battered women's shelter, we know how important privacy is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you asked
Mm-hmm.
if you could go live.
Right. Because I saw other people going live. And so, but I asked, I'm like, oh, are you live? Yeah, I'm live. There was even people in my video that were actually waving and things of that nature. And yes, I did get there around 8. Mm-hmm. And did I explain all of that to who? Oh, yeah. Yes, you did explain all of that. Absolutely. So Like I said, there were several people going live. Matter of fact, majority of the people that were there were live and taking pictures. Absolutely. Well, Johnny, I was not aware of anything. Okay. And usually if you don't want people to go live, right? Then when you have your huddle in the beginning of anything, I know that's what I'm used to. You have a huddle and you explain whatever rules are there because different places have different rules. But like I said, if you have 75-80% of the people that are going live and all of the things, um, what do you mean, Sherry? I was just showing cars. Did you watch the whole video? Did you see the baby dancing in the arms?
But Sherry, even the thing about showing the cars, if you look at the video in which you saw Tay showing cars, so you looked at the video, Tay said that it doesn't mean anything that people pulling up in Mercedes. This person could have lost their job. They could be in need of toys for their kids. So it wasn't like she was just showing cars. She made a statement to show that just because this a Mercedes is here doesn't mean that that person doesn't have a need.
So, can you explain your reason for putting your Cash App up while going live? Queen Maisha, my Cash App is always up. It's probably up right now. It is automatically generated.
Soon as you go live.
Soon as I go live, right, it's right there right now. My Cash App is always up. My mailing address is always up. So anybody that follows my page always knows that my stuff is always up. Amber, why not? It's pinned now, as always. Absolutely. So this is nothing new. Yeah, so this is nothing new. My Cash App is always up. I could be in McDonald's, Cash App is up. Walmart, Cash App is up. The bathroom, Cash App is up. Never at any point did I collect or pretend or ask for funds while at that event for that organization. Never at any time.
I have something I want to say real quick as far as one of the comments. It says, "Did
That's
you?"
Nikki. This Nikki, y'all.
Hi. Anyway, did you speak with Rhonda Prince prior to making this live? Did Rhonda Prince speak with Tay prior to making that post? At the end of the day, we're talking about respect from one Black woman to another. Okay. And both of them were trying to do something positive in the community to help families who had needs for the holidays. So for Rhonda and me personally, I'm not scared of the Prince family, as many of you people in the comments are. But for Rhonda to get online and make that post without having spoken to Tay or anyone with the Pretty Hearts Foundation to find out what exactly was going on was irresponsible and it was hateful.
Hey, Nikki, can I say one thing? To, Nikki, it was very, very unprofessional. And I can say for educated people that are in high executive positions, a top executive of a company would have never done this.
Well, let me just say this because this is me saying this is why I'm here. I apologize to everyone involved. Sincerely, I have been getting chewed up about the situation all day. And I did make the connection hoping to bless more families for the holidays because, Jay, Rhonda, and others have been doing this toy drive for many years, right? And so I know that Tay is establishing her toy drive and she has a heart for helping people. And I said, hey, why not connect with, this huge toy drive and donate some toys and, help some families. At no time did I ever think it was going to become a shit show. At no time did I ever think things would blow up the way they did. And it hurts me on both sides because I have people that I care about on both sides that are being tainted with this situation. So this was never, as so many people are saying, a scam or whatever, because a scam would mean someone profited from it, someone gained something from it. Tay donated her time, her effort, the toys that were donated to Pretty Hearts Foundation, and she drove them up there to have them distributed to families who had a need. Just as Jay and Rhonda and everyone on the Rap-A-Lot side had toys and things for children to be blessed for the holidays as well. So I'm really floored at how this situation got to be so nasty and so ugly and so hurtful right before Christmas. It's unfair. Yes, it is unprofessional. It's disheartening. And it's just downright ugly to allow people who have taken their hearts to influence the way that you address someone who literally just showed up to be a blessing.
I would like to speak about this. Can you guys hear me? This is Dr. Benton.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I am very disappointed. Tay has worked above and beyond, and people don't see what goes on behind the scenes. I don't just give my time. I have worked very hard in trauma for 34 years. I am semi-retired, so I don't just give my time. You know what I'm saying? Just to just anyone that would be doing something unethical. And
Mm-hmm.
Tay and Carmen have gone above and beyond since I have known them. Tay has worked endless hours on this toy drive. If it wasn't in her heart and she wasn't passionate about it, she could be doing other things. I was on the phone with her when she called me. We had some pickups that morning, and I called Tay just to touch bases and confirm the times. And she told me she was at this site. She was there and she was dropping off toys. And I heard the lady, they asked her to stay. So I had to text the other lady that was picking up that morning and see if I could change the time. And I asked, hey, how long would she be there? And she said maybe a few hours or so because she was going to be volunteering. So I heard them ask her, and she never said it was a Pretty Hearts Foundation deal. I even posted that they were going to be doing drop offs and they had families picking up.
Yeah. And
So,
so, yesterday, because we wound up, because my plan was just to go and drop off toys. So I happened to be on the phone with Dr. Lisa when she heard the exchange going on. And excuse me, I have to give me a second. She heard the exchange going on. And when we were giving toys, so somebody just gave a comment and said, you said you were going to get 50 toys. Well, I actually gave 45 toys because I had other obligations that I already had committed to. So as I was going through the toys, some of you were on that live when we were counting the amount of toys. So I think we counted 41 or 42, and then I threw a couple extra in on the back end. And so we wound up presenting 45 toys. And for this to be a last minute contribution, Silky and I went out to dinner. What night was that? Yesterday was Saturday? Friday night, Silky and I went out to dinner. And I actually wanted to try to meet with Rhonda on Friday night before I saw her Saturday so that I could get her familiar with who I was and the organization, because I didn't know what Saturday was going to look like. But she was getting ready to leave the facility, and I was just told just to come at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, which I said, no, I'll be coming at 8 and not 7. So I was up at 6:30. We were over at the storage collecting these toys. Let's see. Coco Jones, this is an open forum. and it's not about praising me at all. And Kaz, you're calling me all types of names, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to deal with that. But I refuse to state where I am in real time. And there's a reason for that. There's a storage full of toys at Christmas tomorrow. We're at Eco, not my storage. No. And again, my Cash App is always on my live. It's probably on there right now. Okay. Sam, I did not hear that. It was very loud, so I don't know what you're talking about. And Siobhan's custom tumblers, I don't know. You see my hands are right here. That means I'm not deleting anything. Okay.
Can I mention one thing? Tay? They may not understand, but I usually post, some of these events, and I was going to post your time, later tonight or in the morning, and it wouldn't say it would say that you were there dropping off toys.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Pretty Hearts event.
No, it never was. I never said that. And I repeated it several times that Silky and I came to drop off toys. Drop off toys. That's what that means. Drop off toys. Drop off toys. My Cash App is always posted, Melissa. It's posted right now. It's always posted. Are you not understanding the word always? Always means it's always there. Well, Coco, you can go ahead and dismiss yourself since you feel like it's BS.
Listen, I can get why, there was so much confusion, right? And let's just be fair. At the end of the day, Rhonda and Tay don't know one another at all. And you have someone or some people from the other pages who activity, right? So she doesn't know Tay or what the hell is going on. All she knows is that she received this information and she acted based on what she received, right? But I just want to say this as far as my part is concerned in it. Not gonna lie, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I ever even suggested for Tay to drop off any toys. But at the same time, everybody involved just wanted to bless families for the holidays. you know um so Tay, I want to just say I'm sorry for even making the connection for you to be involved in this. In no way did I ever think it would blow up the way that it did. um I never expected it. When I reached out to get things going, I really was just happy to be a blessing, to put you in position to bless others and in the city. And it's very hurtful to me. It stressed me out all day, just thinking about how people, and you guys are gonna drag me and call me all kind of apes and monkeys and men, and I don't give a fuck. But it's just, how could you guys take a situation that was meant to bless those who were in need and turn it into something so hateful? What is crawling inside of your spirit that will make you think that's okay? Because let me tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, I'm never going to put someone in position to hurt anyone, to scam anyone, to steal from anyone, to do all of the things that you guys. Okay, I'm never going to take part in anything for other people because I believe in karma, and I praise a God that I will never stand before him on Judgment Day and say, hey, Lord, I was out here partaking in, scams and whatever. Okay. But this particular situation, everybody involved just wanted to be a blessing. And those of you who decided to reach out to Rhonda and create all of this turmoil, God bless you, because your life must really be miserable. It must really be a sad life that you're living. you know, and again, Tay, I'm sorry. Because the way, and I don't, maybe I'm over talking when I say this, but hearing a friend cry today because of the evil hearts out there who decided to bring down something that she was trying to do that was positive, it hurt me. And then me speaking to the people who I'm friends with over on the other side, it hurt me as well. You know, something's wrong with y'all. Something is truly wrong with y'all.
Hold on. Nikki, somebody said, why didn't y'all reach out to Rhonda and start the study going live? And Nikki did reach out to Rhonda. And Rhonda, if you're watching this live or anybody give you this information about this live,
Carmen, I'm gonna have to ask you to be real careful with how you step with Rapala. Please. I mean, welcome to Houston, but please be very careful with how we approach the Rap-A-Lot family and how we feel about this situation and such. Carry on, say what you want to say, but as of right now, I am not involved in anything to say it from this point on as it pertains to the Rap-A-Lot family. Go ahead.
But the thing is, you know, and so I'm just going to read something from Catherine. She said, at no time did I get the impression Tay was trying to say that this was a that site was Pretty Hearts Foundation. It was my understanding Tay was dropping off toys at this foundation site and ended up volunteering her time while there. Tay, Dr. Benson, Silky Smooth, all volunteers and contributors of Pretty Hearts Foundations, thank you for your hard work and dedication. And you know, and the thing is that it's just, you know, and then somebody asked if I dropped off 50 toys. I think I already addressed that, but we dropped off 45 toys. It wasn't 10 to 15 toys as what I read. Now there was someone that walked in there with 5 toys, but that was not me. I had 5 bags full of toys that we gathered and put in the vehicle. And I got help from Betty Loud and her son with getting all of these toys together. Let's see. Give me a second. Tamara Jackson, I actually did talk about the organization last night while I was on my TikTok platform, if we want to be clear. And I haven't been on Facebook, today. So this is my first time. No, yeah, I mean, but not to sit and talk about a toy drive or any of those things.
but the
So-
reason why you just let people know the reason why we don't, because we under attack all over the
Yeah.
country, no matter.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't disclose our location while we're on location.
Right. So it's not about not trying to take full credit for the toy drive. No, ma'am. Kaz Michelle, I never, and I'm gonna repeat it again, I never tried to take credit for that toy drive. I'm not gonna get into details, but all I gotta say is I would never try to take credit for that toy drive. If I was doing a toy drive and I had a venue, that is not where, you know, I'm not even going there. But I'm just gonna say this, that if, put it this way, if that was my toy drive, or if I even wanted it to be my toy drive, which I don't, my wife would have definitely been present.
Yeah.
Why in the world would Carmen be off filling orders and I had a toy drive? Let that sink in. Rico would have been there. We would have had all of the volunteers available. Jay would have been there. Abion would have been there. So you have to understand that I never took credit for anything being my toy drive. And if I'm saying I'm going to drop stuff off, that is exactly what I meant. I'm going to drop stuff off, which I mentioned the day before that I was going to be dropping stuff off at an event. And so we had a family that we actually were supposed to meet at 10 o'clock yesterday, and we pushed that back because we wound up volunteering, which was something that we weren't initially planning on doing.
But you didn't have a problem doing it.
But I didn't have a problem doing it because that's why I was on the phone. I was on the phone with Dr. Lisa in that moment. And so Dr. Lisa heard her ask us to volunteer. So not only once did were we asked, we were asked twice. And I never was given the opportunity to give my name and say what I do and all of those things. And so when I read those comments that I saw, I was really, I was really shocked because that's not the place that I come from. And that's not the thing that I do. But she said you weren't asked. Queen Maisha, I'm telling you again, I was asked, and I was asked more than once.
And excuse me, this is Silky Smooth to everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and Merry Christmas Eve. Let me expand on this. I was there. I was present. When we first pulled up,
Wait, real quick, before you get into that, somebody said something about if you're under attack all the time about your Cash App, take it down. Were you doing something you already getting money for, period? Shane Rogers, my Cash App is always up and it's never a question. So that's that. Okay, go ahead.
first of all, when we first pulled up in the truck, we were greeted very nicely from volunteers, whoever had anything to do with the event. Once I got out the truck myself, I asked a young man, could he go inside? I asked for Ron, who's Rhonda? And the young man commits to go inside and get Rhonda. Rhonda came out very rough. She didn't ask anything. She didn't speak, nothing. All she wanted to know, get your truck out the way, get these bags, move that truck. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. As we did everything, moved the truck, they took the bags, they took them inside, then unloaded wherever the toys was going to go on the floor. She asked us twice, would we like to volunteer? We hesitated the first time because she was so rough when she was speaking to us. When she asked the second time, Tay and I agreed that we would stay and volunteer.
Because of the kids.
Because of the kids.
And they were lined up already outside.
So we commenced to go inside with everyone else who was volunteering. We stood in a circle. She explained how she wanted it, very rough. She did not do a housekeeping, saying the do's and don'ts.
No huddle.
No, she did nothing. She didn't say you couldn't video, you couldn't film, you couldn't take pictures.
Okay, can I ask
She
you a question,
said
Silky?
nothing.
Silky.
Yes.
So when you said you were greeted very, very rough by Rhonda, someone had already taken the toy, so Rhonda don't know what.
No, she came out and she told them to take the toys in.
Okay. That was my question. Okay.
Mhm.
So nevertheless, she asked who was going to work on the girl side, the boy side. So as I was on the boy side, Tay worked on the girl side. So we commenced on starting giving out toys, being directed what to do, how to do, and everything. But what I seen for myself, and I know it, plenty people in there before Tay even picked up her phone has started videoing, taking pictures. They took pictures of me. They was videoing me. So if it was going to be said that Tay, just one person not to video, everyone shouldn't have been videoing. Because everybody, about 80% of people who was inside was videoing and taking pictures. So it should have been no one videoing, no one taking pictures, not just one person. So she took that and ran with it instead of calling Tay and asking her about what was what or anything, but not go to social media. That was bad. You're supposed to be a leader. That wasn't leadership. It wasn't. And I'm really sad. I'm sad to have a person who's supposed to be a leader. You call yourself a leader. That's not leadership. That's really poor. Really poor.
And I mean, I just want to say all I wanted to do was put a smile on a child's face.
And it's sad
That's it.
It's sad that adults can ruin what the children,
For children.
today's children will never be able to appreciate the love and the Christmas that we appreciated and grew for so many years to enjoy.
Linda, I did not talk to any children. Let's be clear.
Jesus.
And there were plenty of people that were recording. So you don't know if that child was talking about me or the person that was next to them or the person that had just walked away from them.
Wow. It is.
And so, you know, it's very sad. But, you know, my job is not done. And as long as I am here on this earth, I will continue to be an advocate, to help the children, to give of myself in my community, wherever that may be. And Linda, I'm not going to address you again. I just told you I did not speak to any children, and I don't know of any children, okay? And now we're going to go ahead and let you go away. And Queen, I was very shocked about the live. I was very shocked about the things that were posted because they are definitely not true. How do I get rid of that person? There we go. They are definitely not true. And I was extremely happy to see the kids getting their bicycles and whatever it was that they had, you know, and this is just, you know, it's just awful. Right, Renee, I never claimed the toy drive. I never did. I would never do that. Because that's not mine and that's not what I represent. So I'm not going to claim anything that's not mine. I would never do that.
Just like you dropped off towards the domestic abuse, what do you call it, center. You didn't complain. You did not claim that Christmas party. You just participated and gave away.
That's
toys.
it.
It was not your event.
Nope. And I already said, that I wasn't doing an event. I was doing drop-offs, and you know, people were having parties, and you know, I was asked to come and participate in those things, and I did just that. And even today was our last drop-offs. There was a Christmas party for tomorrow, but my wife insisted that we spend family time. So with that being said, we wound up being able to schedule a drop-off this evening, which is something that you all were privy to. And we had 2 drop-offs this morning at 2 churches. And I thank you, Betty Loud and Corey, for going on and making that happen. So with that being said, I will still continue to do what I do.
Renee says she absolutely, in caps, she absolutely did not claim this toy drive, period, not once. And she did not.
I didn't. And it's hurtful for people to just go ahead and put things in my mouth and for other people to just run with it without fact checking.
Charlene Chelsea said, I watched the live. I saw you having fun in your element, but I saw the others in your video. Wasn't they her folks?
Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw somewhere where she said that I told people to take a break. First of all, why would I be telling another grown adult to take a break at an organization that has nothing to do with me?
Right, Ava.
Like that doesn't make sense.
Shane Rogers said sometimes you have to apologize and stop putting the blame on everyone else. Tay is holding herself accountable for whatever happened, and she's telling you what happened. She's holding herself accountable. She's not a she I'm not going to speak on it more, but yes, she is holding herself accountable, and she's been accountable to all the people that donated to her toy drive by giving them the answers that they need. That's how she's holding herself accountable.
Let's see. You were very transparent in what you were doing. Thank you for blessing the kids. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see.
You were on live until you left. The things I'm hearing was nothing remotely close to this.
Right.
I thought it was your toy drive. No, it was not Tay's toy drive. She was dropping off toys.
No,
She never
I know what they were
told us.
talking about. I thought it was your toy drive. You were giving people orders on which toys to hand out.
Yes.
Goldie, because I was in that section. That's why.
Right.
Right.
And new people were coming over to the section that were unaware of what was already established. So that legit doesn't make anything my toy drive.
That's what we was directed to do while we were there.
Right. I was in the section that had the
Girls.
girls, what was it, 3 to like 10 or something like that. And they were trying to give toys to infants that were meant for 3 years old. So there's that. So would I rather tell someone that, hey, hey, you're giving a 2-year-old a 3-year-old child? Because then what happens? Where is the liability? Well, I was handed this for my 2-year-old, but it clearly states 3-year-old. Before you know it, now a child is going to the hospital because they swallowed a block, but it wasn't even meant for that age group. And because all I do is deal with toys, I've been dealing with that for the last couple of weeks. You should already know that I'm reading labels and things of that nature.
Yeah, Deidre Porterfield said she specifically said it was not her toy drive. It was not. And the people that put on this toy drive, it take a lot of work. You have to rent a facility. You have so many things to do. I think they did an excellent job in what they did. I just think they got part of it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not to take away from the people that put this drive on. I just think the people that are involved at this point, my wife, maybe we can all sit down and talk about this and let it be water under the bridge and make it even more successful for 2024.
Patricia Small said you did get on the live saying they asked you to help when they did not. They did, Patricia. I just had somebody who was on the phone with me when they asked. I saw where your Cash App, here we go again, seller address was posted for donations. I can see why the other party is upset. Patricia, the other party did not ask me anything, okay? Again, as I stated, my Cash App is always posted. And when I'm going live, I don't think, oh, let me unpost my Cash App. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not what I was saying. So if I say something and I say, I need funds for blah, 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 to go to Great Adventure or something, my Cash App is posted. Did I mention my Cash App? No, I didn't. I could literally be outside jogging down the street and my Cash App is always posted. Purple Grace, moving forward, I will still continue to work with agencies and do what I've been doing. That's what I will do. I will continue to work with agencies and do what I've been doing. I watched a live. You did nothing wrong. This kind of thing make you don't want to. Yep. You have such a big heart and you were doing it for the kids. We love you. And literally that is the reason. And Shane, I'm glad that they have been doing it for decades. But just because you've been doing something for decades, what does that mean? It means that you've been doing it for decades. And I applaud them. And I think that it's great to do things in your community. And that's what I believe. So I think that if you've been doing something for 20 years and it's been working, do it for 21. Do it for 22. Do it until you can't do it anymore.
Another distraction.
And so with that being said, I'm done explaining the situation. And, you know, and Merry Christmas. And I'm going to continue to keep having the heart that I have to do good in the community. I will not be shaken. I will not be stirred. I will continue to live, and I will continue to pray about things.
Right, Charlene. All content creators, cash apps are pent. God grieve. Anytime you have that blue check, most times the cash app is pent.
And so I am just so glad that I was able to do so much this holiday season. And that I was able to bless so many families and have the hearts of so many children be happy on Christmas morning. So that's all I have. Nikki or Lisa, do you have anything else you'd care to share?
I have to go and say, somebody in the comments question if I'm the person that called, what's her name? The Carolyn Master P. I am. I did. I called her Master P. And I also called her No Limit Soldier. I called her Trick Daddy and whoever else I want to call her, because I felt like it. Because she is attacking someone for no reason, just for fun. You know, you got toys and giraffes and whatnot, and you're calling my friend a giraffe, and you're calling her wife all kinds of names. And yeah, so I partook in the ignorance, and I called her Master P, Trick Daddy, and whatever other rapper I could think of that have gold grill. I sure did. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're gonna allow one person to spew ignorance, then I stooped down to her level. She went low, I went to hell, and that's just what it is. But because of the Christmas season, Carolyn, I would like to apologize for calling you Master P, because he's really a nice person. He's a friend of mine, and he didn't deserve that. So I would like to apologize for calling you Master P. Please accept my apology and move on with your life, and leave Tay alone, and leave Carmen alone, and find you something else to do. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Happy Merry Christmas and all that other good stuff.
Dr. Lisa, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything else to say, except any events for Pretty Hearts Foundation will be posted on the Pretty Hearts Foundation website. If it's not on there, it doesn't exist.
Ava, you said if you were rude, if they were rude, you wouldn't volunteer because you don't treat nobody like that.
We thought about it.
Listen, all I have to say is I looked at those kids' faces
That's why we
as
say
they were waiting to get their gifts, and I did what was on my heart, and that's all I can say. I did what was on my heart, and I will continue to bless those that are in need. So with that being said, y'all have a good night. I think Carmen is getting ready to do another live. But remember, keep God first and stay prissy, popping, and oh so pretty. All right.